Hello and a very warm welcome to my channel. Tonight, we give you a piece of breaking news. Meghan Markle was slammed for cheap PR and abusing Archie. Today, it has revealed the Duchess of Sussex has revealed she has sponsored costing £10 a month a dog's kennel at a rescue centre in her son Archie's name. The Mayhew shelter in North London asks members of the public to pay £10 a month to sponsor a deluxe dog room. It comes after it was revealed Meghan is secretly working with the Mayhew shelter as it desperately struggles amid coronavirus. But, she has been criticized for starting to take advantage of Archie's name as well as cheap PR. An anonymous royal expert said, "Typical Meghan, pays the smallest amount possible for a PR stunt and expecting the public to make a real contribution. Maybe she should pay her own bills first before spending money she doesn't have and sponging off others. It's a daily drip feeding of irrelevant information trying to convert us all into believing she is such a wonderful person. I think her PR team need to give us all a break as it just infuriates people as most of us are aware of just who she really is." She continues, "I think Archie should be allowed to grow up and do things in his own name. I don't like that Harry and Meghan use their son's name for charities etc. Nobody knows Archie. He is a child. Never heard of this type of thing before. They have gone from using Sussex Royal to using Archie. What's wrong with doing things in their own name and being authentic?" Back to this news, the home, of which Meghan remains patron despite quitting royal duties, can support 30 dogs and 150 cats at a time but receives no government funding and relies on donation and sponsorships. Meghan revealed her sponsorship in a foreword for the charity's annual reviews, writing, "I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of the volunteers, staff, and students at Mayhew. As an expression of my own commitment, I renewed my sponsorship of a dog kennel in the name of our son, Archie, to create an interim home for a pet in need. I hope you will show them your support in whatever ways you can. When you do, you will be contributing not just to animal welfare but to the shared welfare of us all." Meghan has a rescue beagle, Guy, whom she adopted when she was an actress from a shelter in Canada, who now lives with her, Harry and Archie in Los Angeles. However, comment on this news, the expert continues, "I know this may be a daft question, but if Meghan is working secretly with this organization, how is it we know about it? I am only a decade or so older than she is, assuming she is actually 38. My generation and those before were taught never to brag or share what you give to charity, because it's unseemly and poor manners. We've taught our kids the same lesson. She's not shining a light on anyone but herself. She was never taught the virtue of being humble and it shows." This expert concludes, funnily enough, that's precisely what they said and which they gave as one of their reasons for leaving the royal family, so that Archie could grow up in a normal environment without being in the public eye. So far they've dragged him to Los Angeles, named their charity after him, had a wooded area named after him and now a kennel, all with maximum publicity. If this is their idea of him living a normal life out of the glare of the public eye, I dread to think what their future plans are for him. Meanwhile, a fan tweeted, "Wow, that's generous. £10 a month. Stop it guys, Meghan and Harry are doing their best. Don't you know that after spending their money on private jets, vacations, designer clothes, homes etc. this is all they have left in the budget at the end of the month. Their donation as a blessing is disguise. I mean $13 a month, gosh what a sacrifice. This is all sarcasm. She's spending $2.5 million a year on security, $2.8 million on a retainer fee for Sunshine sucks but she's only donating £120 per annum to a deserving charity. If anyone is left in any doubt where her priorities lie, this should tell you everything you need to know. She's a shallow, self-centered idiot and the only person she cares about is herself." The charity was founded in 1886 and today sees itself as an animal welfare social worker, keeping cats and dogs, whether family pets or companions for the homeless, safe and well alongside their owners and supporting communities. It has a pet refuge service, provides vet services to vulnerable owners and has a team of animal welfare officers who work with residents helping local communities. Royal fans continue slammed Meghan. One said, £10 a month isn't even equivalent to a penny for the majority, if not all, of us here. Yet no doubt her fawners will be wetting themselves with excitement over it. I wonder how an article would be received if it announced that David Beckham or Paul McCartney or Bill Gates was donating £10 a month to something? Actually, I don't need to wonder, I know. In exactly the same way as this one will be. I have no doubt, though, that the fawners will fall over themselves to say that the negative comments will be because we hate her, rather than the reality of it showing her as grabbing publicity for a sum of money that is more of an insult than anything. A multi-millionaire giving £10 a month to charity? I am willing to be that a lot of us here already do that, and more. I can just picture all the A-listers, who give thousands to charity, laughing their socks off at this. Another added £10 a month, £120 a year is less than nothing to her. These cheap little gestures to keep herself in the news are as hollow as her sentiment. Fakes like her always publicize their donations, yet kind people like George Michael usually donate anonymously, and it was only revealed after his sad death that he had secretly donated millions. And the last one wrote, "Why doesn't she just do it like everybody else? Why tell everybody how great she is for spending a measly 10 per month when she's spending millions on herself?" There are pensioners who give more than that to charity and don't expect praise for it. Markle was not as wealthy as her sugars insist. Her wealth comes from the British taxpayer. She is a leech. If she had paid for that farce of a wedding, she wouldn't even have been able to afford the canopies. Plus, what do you think about Meghan Markle's latest video where she addresses her old school? This is my opinion. I think that this was a commencement speech, where the high school graduates are told, "Great job," and then given inspiration on how the class of 2020 can make this world better, how they can succeed in life, and it begins now. What did the girls of Immaculate Heart High School hear from Meghan Markle in her video address to them? I'm conflicted on the speech. Yes, it's great for motivating people, that Black Lives Matter. The speech is about George Floyd and what is going on right now with the protests occurring across the country, and the world. As a speech for motivating others about Black Lives Matter and that we all need change and reform in this country, Meghan addressed it well. People had been asking why Meghan was silent for a week after the murder of George Floyd. Well, I consider it murder, but you must decide for yourself, and this is Meghan using a commencement address, a speech to high school graduates to rather address the world, for this is on social media and YouTube everywhere, as her speech promoting Black Lives Matter. And she's as right. We all must change. But as a speech celebrating 12 years of hard work paying off in their graduation from school, Meghan didn't address her target audience, who are the 2020 high school graduates of Immaculate Heart. I've sat through a few speeches at college and high school commencements, and it has to be about them. About their accomplishment. Fire them up, these newest graduates, to finally join us in adulthood, where some may serve in the military, others will attend college, and other may jump into the workforce, and whatever avenue they decide to walk into, that they do it with integrity, honesty, truth and love. Meghan is good at talking about herself. She has such difficulty placing herself in someone else's shoes. Empathy is what Meghan lacks. She has been a high school and college graduate, and the speeches are very different for each, and yet, this was a Black Lives Matter speech. So, to me, Meghan hijacked Immaculate Heart's commencement speech and turned it into her personal speech to the world who had been upset with Meghan and Harry's silence in the 6 days since George Floyd died. These graduates deserve to have the speech be all about them. I wish Harry and Meghan would roll out a social media site devoted to them, be it Archewell or Meghan and Harry, citizens of the world. That way the couple wouldn't have to use charities or graduations to promote their personal agenda. Meghan should rise above and not use the commencement as her platform for finally addressing her stance on the death of George Floyd. Sure, reference the protests, but make the rest of the speech positive and all about them. Not you. Meghan needs to open up a Twitter or a new Instagram account, and make this speech on there. Then go back to the high school graduates and make the speech about their trials and achievements, but mainly what they have earned, because this is a huge milestone. These girls? They are wondering if colleges will really be open next fall, and can they finally get together with some friends instead of being stuck inside. Reality. And Meghan did not address teen girls. She must have forgotten what it felt like to be their age. And all it takes is a modicum of empathy. And you? Do you agree with me? Please let me know in the comment section below, and everyone talks about her. If you love my channel, remember to subscribe to it, also like and share my video for anyone you think they need it. Now, goodbye and see you in the next videos.